How are you?
Juan Finesse, what's going on, bro? I can hear you.
But you can't see me.
I cannot
I'm
see
coming.
you. There he is. What's up, bro?
How are you?
How are you, dude?
Doing amazing. You?
I'm so good, bro. I'm so good.
Ah,
Good
that's
to see
awesome.
you, dude. Good. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a year or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, bro. But anyway, good to see you, bro. You look good. You look happy. You look healthy. Everything going good?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, everything is better than expected. Yeah, you always want more. You know how it is, but so
Yeah.
far so good. I can't complain.
That's amazing, dude. Well, here's what we're gonna do, guys. If you're new to this group, and for those that may be watching this other places eventually, I actually had Juan on. Oh man, it was probably a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did an interview with Sean. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's right. And at that time, if I'm not mistaken, you were doing around $20,000 per month.
Yeah, yeah, which
So
was good.
So why don't you
But not
tell
great.
everyone? First of all, let's start. Tell everyone where you're at today, man. Don't be shy.
I'm doing 40, up of 40. So I'm 41 just right now. And the month is like, I don't know, we still have, well, 8 days. So I might do 50.
Let's go, dude. 41,000 already, and you still have 8 days.
Yeah.
Amazing, dude.
Sorry?
That's so sick, bro. That's so freaking cool. Now tell everyone, I know you have the Australian map, but you're in Australia, but you're not from Australia. So tell everyone where.
Nah, I'm not. I'm from South America, Argentina, but I live in Australia and I only do business here. Yeah, that's it.
So anyone that's in Australia that doesn't think they can get up to $41,000, they're wrong. Anyone that's in Canada that's like, I have to sell in the US, you don't.
Nah. Yeah, there's no need for complication. So there's enough. It's simple. The business model is simple, but there's enough things to go around to make it worse. Why? We live here. We talk this. I don't talk the language, but I understand the people here. So it's so much easy. I don't understand why people wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning just to try to sell in the US. Why?
Yeah, dude. Why not make it right there in your own backyard? So, dude, I got so many questions for you, but I want you to give everyone that missed your last interview, give them a little bit of a rundown of when you started in this business model in general, when you really started to pick up, and then like what changed. I mean, dude, you went from, making enough to survive to like, now this is a business that you're crushing, dude.
I was living out of savings, so I didn't have enough money. I wasn't making enough to survive. So I started in 2020, just when COVID started, basically beginning of 2020. I was doing drop shipping. Yeah, it's a headache, drop shipping, very small margin, a lot of headaches, you know how it is. And so I started looking into something else. I find lead generation through other programs that and I started doing that. I thought that, well, yeah, you rank a website and you start generating leads and they make it look like so easy, but it's not easy. So I struggled for 2 years trying to make this work. I was generating leads. Yeah, so it took me 6 months from the beginning of the program until I land my first customer, which was a roofer, and he was paying me $200 per month. Yeah, but that's when I realized this works. Yep. Yeah, and I started doing all the SEO related, doing all the technical stuff, and I dive deep into that. And I couldn't make it work because this is not about SEO. This is about selling. Yeah, SEO is a tiny bit. Building website, very small, nothing. It's about selling. Yeah, and I didn't know how to do that until I saw your group, basically. Yeah, and that's when everything changed. It's like, you do this, first do that. You put me in order, you organize me, basically. Yeah, which is simple. So it's not that, yeah, you give me the massive strategy. No, do this way, beautiful. And I keep doing this way, and that's what I do now. Only this way. That's it.
Dude, so a couple things, and this is something I just had a thought about. Let me pull my mic a little closer here, but here's another thing. Like, I don't know about you, Juan, but when I was in some of these other groups, I remember just thinking, Does anybody actually make real money doing this? Because like, you know, the people that I knew that were making money, they were the ones selling the program or being or the program creators, right? And so we're not going to get into details, but there's a very interesting thing I want to point out here. When you get around people that are doing big numbers, you automatically level up. If you didn't know that I went to 100 at one point, $125,000, I promise you wouldn't be at 41,000, but you know, hey, Nick's done 100K, Nick's done 125K. So it's possible. So let's keep going because dude, that number, that 41K, you would have been by far the biggest fish in almost every other group I've ever been a part of. But in this group, it's like, dude, we got lots of people that are doing big numbers.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
40. I mean, so it's cool because it shows you the power of being around people doing big stuff. And it's not just me, it's the Jerry Wards and the Linda Greens and the Eugene and the Patrick and the Ryan Dalton and anyone else that I missed. Like these people are pushing all of us like, hey, if Juan can do 41 in Australia, I got no excuse.
Yeah, no, it's true. You know, there's not many people in Australia that they do big money. There's more in US, but I talked with some of them. And when I was starting out, they were telling me, oh, I'm at 20, I'm this and that, and I'm doing nothing, man. So that really push you, you know, to totally. You know, get there. Yeah, so it's a big incentive.
So what was like, and I appreciate you giving me credit, and I hope no one thinks that like I was trying to get that answer out of you.
No, and I've done it before we even talk. Look, I did this guy, I followed this guy, and it's just simple as that. That's it.
Yeah, but here's what I want to know is like you went to 20,000, and that was really impressive. But then you doubled it, and I think going from 0 to 20, you know, that's a challenge. 0 to 10 is a big challenge. But then going to like 40, 50,000, that's a whole nother challenge. So obviously you have good retention with your clients because it's hard to scale if you don't. But what do you think's been the key to you getting to these big boy numbers? $41,000 is no joke. That's a lot of money, dude.
I basically copy what you're doing. So I realized because I was doing a lot of technical stuff, I didn't have a manager. And I thought, well, if Nick has a manager, that's probably the way. And I got people on board, you know, I now got a project manager. She managed all my BAs. She's local. So if I need her to talk with customers, she can talk to customers. So I just copy whatever you're doing, basically.
Dude, so you went and got a project manager. You have your VAs.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I have Francesca and my VAs, same concept.
Exactly. I thought the same. I need this. There's probably a reason that he has that. So I never done, for example, anything regarding sales. I do have a guy that I work with, and we have a very good relationship, and we share that. You know, he does sales, but it's not an in-house, you know, salesperson. Yeah, which basically that's probably my next step. Yeah. Because that's what you do. Basically, you got sellers and salespeople. Well, I'm guessing that's the way.
Yes, totally. And now that you've got all your technical stuff outsourced into project management, it's like, okay, now you go get a setter and then you get a closer and then you can go move to a different country for 3 months and make the same amount of money. And it's amazing.
I'm doing that basically. In October, I go back to Argentina, 3 months. That's it.
Dude, what does your wife think of all this? Because I'm sure because you did the drop shipping thing and everything, she was like, oh, here goes Juan again. He's chasing another thing. Is she like, okay, Juan, you're the man. I trust you now. Like, what does she think of all this?
No, she always supported me. She was always there. So she thinks I can get even further than what I am right now. So she's the one pushing, basically. Yeah, like pushing really hard. Really hard. You can do better. This is not enough. There's never enough. Yeah. So yeah, that's good. Yeah. So she used to work in the business. Now she's a full-time mom. So we're lucky enough to be able to support that. I'm at home. I got a newborn baby. I'm at home, so I saw everything that I see everything that he does, like every day. It's amazing. It's amazing. And to be honest, you don't need to work that hard. So basically, I'm doing 40Ks and I'm not even working. I'm not even working. You know, I can do better.
That's so cool, man.
It's mind blowing. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's just mind blowing.
It's so exciting. When I start talking to people, I get so excited about it because I think sometimes we hear about it and we're like, yeah, it's possible. But then we start doing it and we get hung up on the cold calling or whatever it is. And all of a sudden the honeymoon phase goes away and it's like, oh, this is going to take work. This is going to take work. How did you push through that whole phase when like, this is tough?
Yeah, I burned the boat. So when I started doing lead generation, I didn't have an option. Yeah, so I have a whole lot, like a lot of cash savings from 5-6 years of just working. Yeah, and that's it. So I started working. So it took me 2 years without working. Yeah, 2 years just to build this. So it's not easy. It's not. If you want to get here, yeah, now you see the fun part. Now you see me happy, and I say, yeah, I got a child. I get to spend time with him. But it wasn't like that 2 years ago. So I was living out of, I don't know, welfare basically. Yeah. So I was trying to make ends meet with, I don't know, part-time jobs in the local warehouse store. Yeah. So it wasn't easy. It was not easy. Yeah.
I love that you said that because a couple weeks ago, I did this live. I think it was in here, might've been on the YouTube show. And I said, let me tell you about some of the amazing things I've been able to do. And I listed them. I'm like, I've been able to buy this and I've been able to do this trip. And I bought my dad a Rolex and all this stuff. And I said, it took me 4 years before I even got to where I was making any money. And that's what you forget. You forget it took me 4 years. It took me 4 years of, is this model even going to work? Am I in the right place? Guys, what me and Juan didn't have until recently, until I started doing well, Juan then had me. But like, I remember thinking I'm in these other groups and no one's making that much money. And I'm like, in your head, you're going, maybe this business model, you can only make money by being the person selling it because no one was making that much money. It was like, if somebody made a deal or made $10,000, it was like this big clap. And that is amazing. But like, dude, that's small stuff in what we're doing. That's just, you're just getting started. Like we've set the bar so high. We're creating, dude, I mean, isn't it crazy to think you're from Argentina, you moved to Australia, and through this model in a very short, distant, not so distant future, you are going to become a millionaire through this model.
Yeah, no, and I went to university. I did 6 years, 2 different degrees. It's just a waste of time, you know? Yeah, because you can learn all these by yourself, basically. Well, better to pay somebody to go faster because I don't have, now I pay, you know. I want to get into real estate and I pay, just, you know, better to pay, you go faster and you learn so much and you don't waste money, you save money by paying somebody to teach you what to do. So much easy. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I bought my first house. So I was living out of welfare and I bought my first house in a year since I started like actually selling, basically.
So cool. That good for you, man.
Like,
congratulations.
Everything changed like this.
So here's what I want to talk about. The whole theme of this call, and I shared a video in like the teaser, and I said, what we're really chasing here is freedom. So I want to ask you, tell me about like, I want to know what your life looked like when you were just starting, like how many hours you had to work and everything else. And then I want you to tell me about like what the options, the life that you have now. I know that you don't have to work that much, but like, where do you spend your time doing? What are some of the things you've been able to do with this money and this freedom?
Yeah, look, when I started out, I was crazy. I was doing 15 hours a day. I was living to make this work, basically. Yeah. And, you know, fight with your wife because you're just working. I want to make this work. I want to make this work. That's it. I don't care about anything else. I don't want to go back and work for the man. Yeah, I don't, you know. So this has to work. Yeah, I'm an electrician by trade. I was doing electrical work and I was working 10 hours or 12 Saturdays. I didn't want to go back. So that was stressful. Yeah, so you need to be ready. And I was living in a country where I have no family, no support, nothing. Me and my wife, that's it. Yeah. So It's even harder because some people here, you have your family, you have your dad, your mom, you can go to, well, I don't know, if you need help. So it was very hard. And now so much easy. Yeah, at the beginning it's hard, but then it's easy after. And some people take the easy way at the beginning, but then it gets really hard. And now, man, I want to get into real estate, so I'm doing a lot of things around that. I got the money and I got the time and I got the resource as well. So it allows you to do whatever you want, man. I got a newborn baby that I see every single day, every minute that I want. I just step away of my computer, I go and play with him a little bit, I come back, or I might not come back, but I got, you just need a phone. If a customer call, yeah, I answer the phone. I'm always for the customer every time. So Saturday, Sunday, morning, night, whenever they want you, whenever they reach out, I'm with the customer. So that's the only thing, you're never off, but you don't do much.
I love that, dude. And anyone I love how you said that. Imagine all the people maybe on this call or whatever. I remember with my first child, that was in 2013, and I was knocking doors. Dude, I didn't see that kid. I mean, I would come home, he was asleep. In the morning, I would see him, but my mind was so focused on, hey, I got to be on point. I got to go and make sales or we're not going to eat. Yeah. And I didn't get
same as before when I was getting ready for this. You need to make this work, basically.
You don't even really get to enjoy it. So, and some of you guys might be on this and go, okay, that's not really my thing. That's fine. If spending time with as much time as possible with your new child isn't the thing that's on your mind, it doesn't need to be. Maybe it's taking care of your parents. Maybe it's taking your mom on that trip around the world because you guys grew up hard in a hard time and you want to treat them and they want to, like, it doesn't matter, but
yeah, you're getting ready. You're getting ready for when you need that freedom. It doesn't matter. You don't need it now. Beautiful. You can work more. You can do more. You can get ready for the future because the future is coming. Winter is coming. Yeah, it's coming. You never know. You don't know. Look, I never look myself as a kid person. So I'm more like pets. Right? I can deal with pets, cats, or maybe dogs. But kids, no. But I do have the time now if I want to. Yeah. So that's a good thing. Having freedom, having the capacity to do whatever you want with your time. Your mind changes too. You start realize you don't have patience with people, wasting your time. It's like another way.
What is, if you were going to start over today, you got all of your money stripped away, you got $0 a month, but you had the same knowledge that you have now.
Yeah. You can speed this up way more. So I would probably be doing at least 10K in a month or two.
Yeah,
most,
I believe that. What would you do differently though this time around that you didn't do the first time?
I start selling straight away. Or if I don't know how to sell, I learn how to sell. Yeah, that's the only thing that was stopping me from getting where I am right now. I was thinking you need to run, you need to know how to manage, I don't know, Google Stacks or backlink. Things like that. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it does not matter at all. Yeah, it doesn't matter having a website. It does not matter anything other than you selling. Selling is the key for this business.
Would you consider yourself, you're an electrician by trade, would you consider yourself a natural salesperson or something you had to learn?
Nah, I don't even speak the language. So it's just, I do the same thing over and over. You do it so many times that it's easy. I always say the same thing. It's just, I'm bored. I'm bored of saying the same thing, but that's what you need to say. Yeah. So I just get something that I keep repeating. Yeah. I'm not. So imagine, I don't know, I landed in New Zealand. I started in New Zealand. So it was very hard for me to understand people on the phone. And I was looking for houses or jobs or things like that. So I couldn't speak the language over the phone. In person, it's easy. You can see the body language and everything. But over the phone, it's very hard. So trying to sell somebody over the phone was extremely hard. Like very hard. Yeah.
How did you get over that? Because I imagine and guys, this is so impressive because not only did you not have a sales background, but English isn't even your first language. And the thing is in Australia, they're speaking English that's even hard for some people to understand because it's got an accent on it. So how did you get yourself? I don't know if you heard the first part of my call. I was getting those butterflies last week, dude. I've done this thousands of times.
I still get them. Yeah, man, every time. Yeah. So that never goes away, but you need to get through, because otherwise you don't eat.
The alternative is, okay, I'm going to face this. I'm going to feel some butterflies, feel a little bit nervous, or I can live a life down here instead of the life that I want to live up here.
No,
right?
but you live stressed out because you know you need to do that. You know you're spending money with all the other tasks that you have, but you're not making any money, and that that pressure you. And the more you delay this, the harder it gets. Yeah, because it's a snowball. You more expense, more. You need to do this. The sooner you land that client, the better you will feel, and the more clients you will land. Yeah, it's just, you're waiting for that website or that thing in order to allow you to do the call, but you need to do it now. Otherwise, they are coming.
I love that what you said. I think so many times we get into this and we go, well, I just need to learn the technical, and I need to learn I think you said the Google stack or the backlinks or the this. And all you would have had to do is just focus all that time and energy on getting the deals, and you would have gotten here far quicker.
Yeah, and every now and then, you get to talk with people. They ask you for help or for things like that, and you can feel it. They're talking to you, and they just want to talk about the technical stuff, and they're not open to fix the problem with selling. Yeah, they just no. I need to know how to rank so I can sell basically. And well, for technical, I like talking about technical stuff. It's not, I do enjoy it. Yeah, so well, you need to do this and that, but they're gonna fail because they're not focused on the things that matter. Yeah, that, and you can't do anything. You feel bad, but well, let's talk about technical stuff. Is that what you want? Beautiful.
Everyone thinks that if I just know how to generate the lead, I'm gonna make money, and they don't realize we do, because we've been in groups with thousands of people that know how to get leads, but they still don't know how to sell. So guys, I know I've preached this a million times, but if you're sitting there right now, you're new to this group and you're going, I just need to learn the technical. No, you don't. You don't even, if you don't get a deal, then learning the technical is a waste of time anyway. Go get the deal before you worry about learning all the technical stuff.
And you can see the questions coming like very technical. And I thought, man, this is no, you focus on the wrong thing. I have, this question, and you can tell that they are just, they're wrong, basically. They focus on the wrong thing. You can't do anything about it. So the main thing is just don't focus on the technical stuff. Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. You can pay somebody to do that. I pay somebody
exactly
$3, $5, $6, whatever an hour. You have somebody I also follow you. I got BAs from Africa. As soon as I hear you saying that, I want to get 2 BAs from Africa. Beautiful. Less power outage, less, typhoon, things like that. They're reliable. They speak English. Best. So I copy you that as well. As soon as I hear you, I was looking in Philippines and I thought, man, this guy gets people from Africa. It must be a reason for that. Yeah, beautiful.
I love.
So you had that.
The thing I love about you, Juan, is you're not overcomplicating it. And I think I always admire people that are trying to come up with a new solution or whatever. But when you're first starting out, guys, the system's already in place and it's been done hundreds of times. Just go follow it and quit trying to reinvent it. Yeah,
there's so much service out there that you can buy a website, you can pay people to run that website, at least to get it going for $20 or something. Yeah, so you don't need to know that. Yeah, it's good that but it's not necessarily something that you need to know. Yeah, if you don't like the technical stuff or the sales stuff, just focus on the sales stuff and leave the technical for later, because you cannot outsource the sales stuff, at least at the beginning. Yeah, you need to know that. It's that's fundamental for this business. You need to know how to sell it.
It's 100% true. Okay, I'm gonna jump into a few questions here and then let you get back to it, man. So I'm gonna read a couple comments and go into a couple questions. So Josh Stanford says, I want to get to 30K a month and start living. And what's gonna happen, Josh? You're gonna get to 30K and realize, hey, if I can get to 30K, I may as well get to 100K because it's gonna take
it never ends. It never ends.
It never ends.
Which is exciting.
It's not bad.
No.
Okay, let's see if we have any questions, guys. If you have any questions, a lot of people got love the support. That means so much. I need some VAs and a setter working on it now, but I love to sell. Congrats, bro. Such a great story, Juan. Okay, if anybody has, I could sit here and talk to Juan for hours. I've got a bunch of other questions I want to ask him, but I want to leave a little bit of time. If you guys do have questions for Juan, I mean, this guy has gone. I think sometimes we forget, again, like I said a second ago, we forget because we're like, oh, Juan's doing 41K. That's impressive. But like we've raised the standard so high in this group that people are like, okay, yeah, that's impressive. If I would have heard of somebody doing $41,000 in any of these other programs that I bought, I would have been like, dude, that's the top guy. It maybe on the internet, like 41K is no small feat. So let me ask you this. Are you in just the basic niches, or are you in some, you don't even need to tell us which, but are you in some niches that we've never really talked about that are specific?
Oh man, I don't mind telling you, I don't hire anything. You know, when I talk to people and they ask me, yeah, go and do it yourself. You know, there's so much out there that it doesn't matter. I mean, very simple niches. I do concrete, yeah, but I also do deck building, bathroom renovations. Where I do plastering. So when I started out, I was doing various, like you know, various obscure niches. And I thought, man, nobody's doing this. Forget it. If nobody's doing it, it's because there's not people out there willing to pay. So I try tiling. I do plastering, and I still have customers for 2-3 years on plastering, which is great. No massive money, but it helped me to pay VAs, for example, at least something. And I don't need to do anything. So what else? Everything that is carpentry related, I do that. But I mean, things weird like barbecue cleaning, or I'm cleaning as well. So I thought cleaning was a good idea. It's not. Very extremely competitive. It's like, whoa, very competitive. Yeah, same thing with carpet cleaning, forget it.
Dude,
but very, very simple. So I'm not in
carpet cleaning and some of these like low ticket niches. You're thinking, oh, well, maybe they're going to be easy, low competition. They're some of the most competitive niches, dude.
Exactly. Yeah, man, cleaning and carpet cleaning, crazy. Even painting, I don't know, in Australia it's different. I don't know how is it in the state. I saw a lot of people doing painting. Forget it. I tried doing painting, it doesn't work, at least here. So I don't do painting, but artificial grass, epoxy, things like you do, you know, nothing crazy. So there's no magic out there. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm doing, I don't know.
You're not doing anything crazy. I saw this video. I saw this video the other day, and this guy, he said, this is somebody, he doesn't have his own jet, but he has enough money to charter jets, but he doesn't like have his own jet. So he said every time he charters a jet, he always asks them, hey, the person that owns the jet, what do they do? And he's like, I wanted to find out like what these people do. And he's like, I thought I was going to hear about all these exciting, like, fashion company this or that, movie director that. And he's like, you know what? 9 out of 10 times, the people that own these jets are in boring businesses, waste management companies, construction companies. Now, these are big companies, but they went into boring niches and they did boring fundamental stuff again and again. And they did it on a big scale, and they did it when everyone else quit doing it. During the recession, they kept going and they kept going, and they were so simple that they became most times billionaires or 9-figure net worth people. Those are the people that own the jet. So guys, I think sometimes we think we got to get the sexy niche or this niche. We don't need that. We need to go and do what works and do it again and again. That's it. Anything to add to that one?
No, man, I have some internet problems, so I lost many of that, but I agree with everything that you said.
Yeah. No worries. I'm going to keep reading this really quick. We got a couple more. Giovanni says, what pre-authorization form do you guys use? There should be one in the file section. Chris Bain says, just follow the process Nick teaches. Amen.
What's pre-authorization? What do you mean by that?
Like when you you don't have to do this, but what I'll do is whenever I get a deal, I send them a little form that says you authorize me to run your credit card. It's more just like another.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know if it's as necessary in Australia. I've never had it where I've had to use it, but it's just something that I've always done. Not a big deal. Let's see if we got anything else here before we round this off. Okay. Sean Curley says bad niches lose money on every transaction, make it up in volume. Yep.
And it's a headache to get people. It's like, oh, too much. Yeah, you think you're smart, but you're not.
Yep. I got some bad advice in one of these other groups that said go into crazy niches. And so I did what you did, and I built one in this niche and one in that and one in that.
Yeah.
I spent so much time and money and none of those worked. And then finally I woke up and I said, dude, that tree service site that I did, I'm still getting paid. Why don't I do more of those? And why don't I do more of this? And I'm like, I'm just going to do the boring ones. And I'm going to focus on finding the good cities. That was it.
Yeah. And it's harder here because there are not many cities like there are in the US.
You're dealing
but
with
again,
that.
You can make it work. You can make it work. It's possible.
That's an interesting point that you say, because a lot of people in the US, they even go, well, everyone's hitting the cities. Well, dude, in Australia, there's not that many cities, and you've been able with just a couple of basic niches to get to $41,000 per month. And guys, is that not strictly lead generation? 100%?
100%. I don't do SEO, and I got people asking me, "Can you work on my website?" No, I don't do it. No, I did it for 2 or 3 customers, and I thought, forget it. This is the worst. This is the worst. It's just so much high maintenance. They just, they asking you to do stupid thing that it doesn't move the needle, like changing colors or pictures or things like that. Man, what's the point? I don't want the website to say this. Oh, come on. I don't do SEO. That's it. So everything is correct. That's it.
$41,000 in straight rank and rent. That is absolutely impressive.